Praise the Most High, family. It is another gorgeous day here in the Carolinas. One I'm so glad to see. I do hope everyone is well and that you're able to get out and enjoy these days. But this day and these days all together. Because we know on the whole we are living in the day of the Most High, which the text that we read says the day of the Lord, which is his day of judgment, his day of recompense, his day of showing us he's fighting for us, that he's with us and for us. Now that our judgment is over, 400-year judgment, now it's time for the wicked to exhale and inhale their punishment. And you can see them frightened by it, but there's nothing they can do about it. And no, we don't glory in their downfall, but at the same time we glory in the Most High's work in freeing us and putting them in bondage. Like the text says, those who enslave will be slaved, and those who kill with the sword will die with the sword. I think it says those who put into captivity will themselves go into captivity. But praise Abba Yah, family. Like I said, I hope everyone is well. And if I didn't say, which I did, and that you're able to get out and enjoy this day. Getting in some fresh air, some sunshine, and most high willing, some exercise. We're getting all we can handle right now. It's not the type we need on the most part, but we're moving and shaking, thank the Most High. We're doing 3, going on 4 jobs a day, 6 days a week. You see, what we're doing is really training ourselves to get back used to good old work. Not as much as we used to, but still on a high level. Praise the Most High, family. We do have a grand idea, and that takes me round into this idea. Getting out and working. The text says you don't work, you don't eat. And basically saying if you don't work, you're not going to have nothing. And the way this world is now, especially here in the Americas, you're not going to be able to beg the government for nothing. You're going to have to depend on your own 2 hands and your own 2 feet to get out here and get it. And no more of that hustling. Oh no. Let me get my idea before I talk myself on in and out of my idea for today. It is, you better believe, let's say you had better believe those streets are dead. No, you had better believe those streets are dead. And then I came with the secondary thought. Don't get buried with them. Don't get buried with the streets. Now I can hear my brothers and sisters saying, Big Art, you don't know nothing about no streets and getting off them. You a dang gone lie, I wrote. If I don't, I played the fool once too many times and got caught up, served time, and said then and there, no more. And even though I meant it then, I still went to dibbling and dabbling again. 5 years more, I took off on parole, which I was paroled out in one city because I went back to my hometown after I got out of prison. Then I ran right back to the city where I got caught up in for 5 more years. I hadn't had enough yet. For 5 more years, running off parole, selling dope again. But this time I was a whole lot more slicker. Or should we say scared? Because I had just come out for that year in prison, well, in jail in prison. And it was nothing nice. Not at all. Like I said no more. Help me, Lord. Well, help me, Lord. It was Lord back then, but today is Daddy. Keep me off and out in them streets. And he said, I got you. Just do exactly what I say. Excuse me. Now, family, if I, in my hard-headed state, can get off and stay off those streets, then you can too. And it's a must right now. Because everything is being surveilled or under surveillance. Everything is being watched. There's cameras everywhere. And these jokers already know what everybody's doing. They already know. They'll let you get away with a certain amount of mess until they pull your card. And some in the streets will call it pulling your whole card. And that means trying you to your face when they know you can't handle what they bring to you. And that's exactly what's going on. More than not, they're going to be locking our people up like never before, family. They're going to be locking up young men and young women up like never before. See, because Hasatan and his kingdom knows their time is up. And now that they know they already knew who the people of the book really are. But now they're going to try to enforce this perpetual slavery or this perpetual enslavement that they have enjoyed these 400 years. See, the Most High said that these guys took it too far. He said he was just a little upset with his children, his people, but the nations of the world took it too far. They said, we're going to take the name of Israel and make it no more. We're going to put them in perpetual enslavement, which means forever. And their name will never be heard of again. And they will never know who they are or were. But see, even though these guys had our book, they couldn't interpret it as well as they thought. They took out some parts of it. And we got over here to the Americans that gave us the slave Bible and tried to write it and preach it to where we would to benefit the slave master. But the Most High said, no, I'm gonna wake my people up. Time served. So we're waking our people up. And now that he's awakened us, the streets are dead. All them side hustles we used to do, selling weed, selling dope, pimping, whatever, thieving, robbing, stick up kids, it don't matter. All of that's dead and stinking now. And mark my word, or mark our word, we're going to start seeing the results of it. People are going to start getting arrested like never before. And doing big time. However, as we always know, there's a way. There's the truth, and there's the light, and the life. Like I said, Yahusha told me back then, he said, he got me, and do exactly what I tell you. I said, okay, Pop, I will. And we see in John 10, 7 and 9, and 9 and 10, Yahusha says, most assuredly I say to you, I am the door of the sheep. See, family, this is the way out the door. But we got to walk on in, walk on through. See, we got to repent to the Most High for our foolishness. We got to repent, which means to turn from our wicked ways, turn from that street foolishness, that street life. It's done. got to do a 360 or 180, which means turning away from the sin and the mess and turning completely around to the Most High. Turning our backs to the mess and turning back to the Most High, our Elohim. Not the Elohim they presented to us. The Elohim they presented to us with the white face. The Pope's son, Caesar Borgia. You know what I'm talking about. This is who they presented to us. They said if we can give them a white Elohim, then they'll worship us. They'll look at us as if we're above them and they're beneath us. And when we tell them that they got to serve us and have their black preachers preach that, say, bow down to your master, do what your master say, then we'll do it. Read scriptures that say, bow down to your master. But Yahushua said he's the way. He's that door. And in that text it says, if you don't come through that door, then you're a thief and a robber. And basically a poser. And it goes on to speak about the leaders, the church leaders, the preachers, which are basically ravening wolves in sheep's clothing, who basically don't love the sheep, as the text says. And you can go on and say that they hate them, they hate the sheep. Because if you don't love the Most High's children and you call yourself leading them, you actually hate his people. And this is my word of encouragement for today. And it's what the Most High through Moses told Joshua in Deuteromy 31:6. He said, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid and do not panic before them. For the Most High your Elohim will personally go ahead of you. He will neither fail nor abandon you. And see, family, it's scary. It's really scary trying to come off them streets. Pardon me, I said try. It's scary coming off them streets. And that's all you know or have known. But it's possible. But it's going to take some faith. And it's going to take some turning away from the old. And see, what that entails is them laws, statutes, and commands. See, the text says, come out from amongst them and be separate, says the Most High. See, we have to separate ourselves from this world system. Because this world system is designed to keep us in bondage, to keep us as slaves. The physical change came off, but the mental change have been replaced the physical change. And we're always wanting the easy. We're always wanting the easy. I just want to sit home, play games on my Game Boy, or whatever kind of game system you have, and just have my customers come knock on the door and I slip them what they want and get paid. Get high all day, get drunk all day, eat all the food I want, have all the women come over, we party hardy, do what we do, and wake up and do it again tomorrow. But those days are done. Like I said, the streets are dead. Don't die off with them. Well, let's see what we said. You had better believe those streets are dead. Don't get buried with them. See, that lifestyle is over, family. Our people are being called unto righteousness. They're being called unto holiness, which means being set apart from this world system, so we can come out of her. See, our people has a history before the slave ships. We have a history before coming to this country. And we have a residence, praise the Most High, that we're going to be going back to. And it's our inheritance. And all that was taken from us is going to be paid back with interest. Like I said, like the text says, those who enslave will be enslaved. Or those who put into captivity will be themselves put into captivity. Will themselves go into captivity. And those that kill with the sword themselves will be killed with the sword. See, family, thank you, Father. Like the Most High told me, a lot of people ain't going to make it. Then he came back like a month or two later and said a lot of people you know ain't going to make it. And don't you know folks started falling off around that time? This was right before this epidemic. And then after it hit, oh my goodness, people really started dropping like flies. But now folks are going to be getting locked up like flies, because they're trying to hold on to their property. There used to be property. See, they don't want to let their people go. There used to be people. They don't want to let folks go. No. They said we've been having it on easy street. And we want to keep our big houses, our big cars, eat the finest foods, take the finest vacations. Okay. But that time is over. And they smell what's coming. It's like they sitting right there at the kitchen waiting on mama to finish cooking. And they can smell what's coming. But our people are dumbfounded. We couldn't, what Yahushua said, you can tell by looking at the weather, the clouds, what the weather is going to hold or be that day. But my people can't tell by the signs of the times of what time we're living in. But mark my word, family, the streets are dead. You better believe those streets are dead. Don't get buried with them. That's not going to be our final word, though, family. We got to continue to speak on the way out. You should say it to them. Most assuredly, I say to you, I am the door of the sheep. I'm the way out. And if anybody else come and try to tell you there's a way out, they lying. They're a thief. They're trying to get in your pockets. And he says also in that text that the teachers and preachers, or those that came before me, were liars. And we see the same thing going on in this day. These lying preachers, these lying teachers, they're after that bank, that pay, that bag as we call it today. But those days of hustling the Most High's people are over. Those days of hustling on the streets are over. Selling poison to our people, they're over. And you're going to get what you deserve. I pray the Most High lock you up. And that's sad to say, because a lot of times these days, being locked up is a death sentence. That or a very long sentence. Praise the Most High, family. But like I said, if I can come out, you can too. But it's going to take being brave. It's going to take, like Deuteromy 31:6 says, be strong and courageous. Do Do not be afraid and do not panic before them. And see, a lot of this is talking about our own people. Don't be afraid of and panic when they come and say, oh, you saved now, you holy rolling now, huh? You old Hebrew now, huh? Yes, indeed I am. I love my life better than I love those old streets. And those streets are dead. If you continue to follow in that pattern, you're gonna be dead too. Praise the Most High, family. That's gonna be our time for today. I really hope we got this idea over like I wanted to. The streets are dead. You had better believe it. Don't get buried with them. In other words, don't you get caught up. Stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom.